Who's your favorite producer to work with?
Coming back, it's been different. You know, so it's a whole new crop of guys. You know, so like back in the day, it was Arn. You know, IRS, Ricky Steamboat. Yeah. Right now, it's guys that we worked. Yeah, Kenny. Hurricane,
know, right?
You know,
Davari.
Petey Williams, Davari.
They're great though.
They're awesome.
Molly,
awesome. Yes,
yeah, all really great.
So many great,
really great group of producers. I think, especially on the few live events we get to have those moments. I'd be remiss if I didn't bring out. I know I get too much credit for it, and I'm not trying to take credit for it, but like I am slightly involved in you and Chelsea Green's.
You got
connections.
I gave you and Brandy credit during my
the wedding.
vows,
bro.
My vows.
And you were red faced.
Yeah,
getting there.
Those are good vows.
The wedding. I would say I've told Chelsea the same. The wedding is the greatest wedding I've ever been part of.
There was a New Year's Eve party that had a wedding attached to it.
Yeah, I couldn't make it to the New Year's party.
Well, you had work the next day.
I had a Zoom.
Yeah. Oh, that's. Oh man.
But the wedding was phenomenal.
What a great day. But yeah, you and Brandy. So I just moved to Orlando. This is 2017. I blew out my knee.
Yeah, I remember.
So I'm like.
Yeah, you were in your leather jacket phase too.
I always have a leather jacket.
Yeah, but this was like you were really pushing it on everyone.
It was the winter time.
I felt like it was 100 degrees out.
It was January.
Okay.
And then you guys were working for TNA.
Yep.
In Universal. We met up at was it Cowfish?
Cowfish, Bergucci.
Which has kind of gone downhill.
I don't know if we have to touch that. I like Cowfish still.
Cowfish, just step it up. It used to be like the spot. You know?
I like Cowfish. I'm not knocking Cowfish.
I'm not knocking Cowfish.
Bergucci?
It used to be a lot better. Can we agree on that?
But I would say your standards are very high.
Absolutely.
You have very high standards. And whereas for me, like, people were like, the food at Toothsome's. Bro, it's chocolate.
Sure. All right, well, speaking of high standards.
Okay, go ahead.
You and Brandy were telling me about this girl, TNA, who was complaining about being single. I'm like, I don't want to date a wrestler. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, we go on one date. We go on 2 dates. Her toothbrush is at my house. Now she's living with me. Now we have a brand new house, 3 dogs. 3
a wonderful
cats.
life.
It's great. But yeah, you and Brandy definitely started that whole thing. I got to give you credit for that.
I think the highlight of the wedding for me was we had a production rehearsal, which was just you going, or it was wedding planner, actually. It was going, hey, they're going to pop up over here behind the DJ booth, act like you don't know where they're at.
Did we rehearse that?
Well, no, she just told us.
Okay.
So me and Miz were doing this.
Yeah.
And then you popped up with a cryo.
That's right, because it was a nightclub. It was a nightclub turned into a wedding venue.
Well, you had a vein in your head, and you were blasting this thing.
This is how we do it by Montel Jordan was playing. Yeah.
Yeah, it honestly was. I remember just looking at your face thinking,
was great. What a moment.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
I have a question that's probably not a podcast question, but one of the men in the groom's party sat next to me at the rehearsal dinner. And had commentary on everything and ripped it to shreds. And he was my favorite. He saved the way.
I think Anthony LaRocca is
Dude,
his name. Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah, he's a degenerate.
Nobody was safe.
Yeah, he's great.
Everybody who came up, he's like, here we go. And I didn't know him. And I thought, this guy is the best.
One of my best friends. Yeah, he's the best.
Oh, man.
Classic.
There's a lot about your wedding that we probably shouldn't touch. I remember, just because there's so many stories, but I remember looking out on the crowd from the party.
Yeah.
You see more when you're up there. You're not,
Yeah.
And everyone's in their nice clothes.
Hey,
suits.
I know where this is going.
And then there's Gallows.
That's exactly drinking the Vegas.
And he has the giant Vegas drink. And he's wearing a chrome silver, he looks like the guy who used to be in the front row, windbreaker. He's wearing that and he's just slurping it. It's like a movie. And I thought, what a weird.
What a great wedding. Thank you to everyone who came.
Yeah, we got socks.
Got socks.
Yeah. That was a. I still have my socks. I should have worn them today. That was an incredible wedding. Okay, Chelsea.
Yes.
How? What can you say about someone who's out there just blowing it away?
Man,
she's just cooking.
Yeah, she gets it. She knows how to maximize her minutes, whether it's a little backstage or a match.
Yeah.
She doesn't say no to anything. She does all these appearances.
I mentioned that the other day. Yeah,
you did in that meeting. But she gets it. She understands that it's way more than just what happens in that ring in between those ropes. It's everything else. It's the media. Yeah. It's the appearances. It's the autograph signings. It's the social media.
Yeah.
It's the back. It's everything wrapped into one.
And I think too, this is something I discovered watching her. it's the content within. So people think sometimes you're just checking a box doing all these things, and they don't realize it's the content within. So if I couldn't get what I wanted out in an interview, I now have another platform. Oh, I can slide it in there in terms of content, an actual thing, versus just a classic, I did it.
I think if you love wrestling, you just can't stop, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to throw in the towel. It's a lot harder to quit because all you know, right? All you love.
Well, I think too, there's a natural talent for it, right? And you both have this natural talent for storytelling, and it breaks your heart more and it makes you happy more because you care so much.
The highs are higher, the lows are lower.
Exactly.
100%, yes.
Yes, you care so much. But I also think that I have seen people who I thought, yeah, no way, or I don't know. And the next thing you know, nope, totally makes sense. Like you learn something new every week. And some are slow learners. Like I always considered myself a very slow learner. Just now putting this stuff into effect that I probably could have learned. Oh, I was in the ring with Hunter. I was in the ring with Cena. I was in the ring. And then finally being able to apply it this late. I think when given the time, which you have to give yourself the time because you have to stay in the game, it's incredible. But this is my question. You guys are, how's this working overseas? Are you getting 2 rooms? Or is there 1 room?
We're sharing a room.
So you don't tell the company to get you 2 rooms?
We probably should.
Yes, 100%.
Because Chelsea does not.
There he is.
We have different schedules.
I saw y'all. I was making a joke and I got caught in the
Chelsea,
the crossfire.
You know, after my re-debut, so to speak, against Kit.
Yeah.
You invite me to the bus, have a little celebratory old fashioned.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy. I finally made it back to WWE. It's been almost 6 years.
Huge.
I'm like halfway through. Matt, get out of here. We gotta go. Like
didn't come on the bus.
Didn't even come on the bus.
Yelled from the door. That's how I knew. Like
I had to chug my old fashioned. Like
Yeah.
I just want to enjoy a drink with my friend. You know?
Yeah, no, and that's going to be an adjustment, basically.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, you should tell the company always get you 2 rooms.
So like
You're both
at
2
night,
wrestlers.
I need to tan.
Yeah.
She needs to tan my back.
Yeah.
Like I could do it by myself, but if she's there, it's a lot easier.
They're your partners. Is there something you do for her?
Well,
like you
at home I do the dishes. You know.
Okay, yeah, but
your
partner's in this.
Yeah. On the road, there's not much I can do for her.
Are you excited to be back on the road with each other?
Seems like we see each other a lot more now.
Yeah, of course.
When I was on the Indies, we barely saw each other because she was so busy with WWE, and then I was busy doing my thing. So now we see each other. We're busy together, which is nice.
And you have 3 dogs.
3 dogs, 3 cats.
3 cats.
Yeah.
I remember Kylo as cat 1, right?
That's cat 1, yes.
And then it just developed into now you have this menagerie of animals.
It's a zoo. Maybe a little baby one day, but not yet.
Yeah?
Hopefully one day.
A little wrestler baby?
Well, I don't know about that.
That's how it works.
We got to take the kids. I mean, you have kids now. Bring them to Disney.
Yeah, speaking of, I don't think you want to skate this issue.
What's that?
I had kids.
Yeah.
And because our times in life changed up,
yeah,
I get up earlier.
So do I. I get up early.
You don't.
Okay.
Because we don't go to the parks ever with each other.
Well, it's not my fault.
And then you always make this claim.
You invite me like, I'm on my way to the park. I can't just drop what I'm doing for Cody Rhodes.
You live there, dude.
Yeah, I live there, but I have plans, dude.
And here's how I know. Here's how I know it's a little bit of an aversion to children.
Okay.
I asked you on getting on Mickey and Minnie's to hold Liberty when she was really little. You held her like this. I have a photo. You held her like you.
I'd like to see the photo.
You couldn't believe that
this photo does not exist.
It's a real photo.
If it's real, put it in.
It's a real photo.
If not, we know
you're
it's a Cody
holding her
lie.
like you don't know how to hold a child or like what children need. Like they like all this stuff we're about to do.
Yeah.
And I've noticed you guys still like to do the adult park thing. You know what I'm saying? You're not about that kid life because we don't go anymore.
Cody, like I said, you don't invite me until you're there.
There was another incident that came up that I thought.
Wait, hold on. One time, correct me if I'm wrong. Once I was at Halloween Horror Nights with Chelsea. You were there on an RIP tour. Didn't even invite me to go on it.
You came on the tour though for a couple moments.
I caught you.
Well, I think we caught you.
No, I caught you.
I think we caught you. Well,
I wasn't invited. It's not like I said no, I won't go, and then you caught me there. You didn't invite me.
Well, I thought it was because a group of my buddies one time they made you feel uncomfortable.
Oh, they were just kissing your butt the whole day. It was like the Cody show. I could be a part of that.
But it was the air basketball that specifically got you.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, every now and then I'll look at somebody and I'll hold my hands like this. I'll say, take a shot. And they shoot the basket. It's an air basketball. It's a thing.
It's ridiculous.
But you just weren't making any of the shots. You know, like it's not my fault that you were not making any of the shots.
You were moving the basket.
No,
Cody.
Craig, take a shot. Swish, baby. See, he took it. It's easy. It's
you were
easy.
moving the basket when I would shoot.
I don't know if I was, but I've heard you tell people like he's out there playing air basketball and the Cody show and whatever. Like, you know, it's just a bunch of guys
That was a good time.
having a good time, paying for drinks. You know, like
Don't start this again.
I'm just saying, you know, like it's a thing.
It is not. Don't make it a thing.
Okay, all right.